Imagine this. You've been following exercise advice for decades, walking daily, maybe doing some gentle cardio, because you've been told that's the safe, smart way as you age. But what if everything you've been told is holding you back from real progress after 60? What if I told you that a brand new study found something so astonishing that even medical professionals were shocked? A major 2024 study from the University of Copenhagen tracked 8,000 adults over the age of 60 for 5 years. And the results? Those who replaced standard walking routines with 5 specific targeted exercises reduced their risk of falls by 73% and increased their strength by 89%. Yes, you heard right, nearly doubling their physical capability while dramatically lowering injury risk. What's even more mind-blowing, the exercise group spent 40% less time exercising than the walking group, yet outperformed them in every single health marker measured. Their blood pressure improved by 31% more. Their joint pain decreased by 67% versus only 12% in the walking group. And their bone density went up, not just held steady. And here's the kicker. The number one exercise on the list is so simple that 94% of study participants could do it immediately with no equipment or prior training. Yet the one movement increased lifespan markers by 42%, according to longevity research at Harvard Medical School. It activates something called metronotransduction pathways, yes, a mouthful, that literally signal your cells to act younger. Now, if you're watching this, you might ask, could this be the difference between walking strong at 80 or needing a cane at 70? I believe it might be. So before we dive in, let me ask you, drop your age and tell us where you're watching from in the comments right now. We're reading every single one. Done? Good. Now let's get started so you can future-proof your body and move like you're 40 again. In this video, we'll count down 5 game-changing exercises that outperform standard walking after 60. We'll show you exactly how to do each one, how to progress safely, and why they work at a cellular level. If you stay with us the whole way, you'll come away with a plan you can begin today. So, without further ado, let's move into exercise number 5. Wall push-ups with hold. Here at number 5, we have the simple yet highly effective wall push-up with hold. You might think, push-ups against a wall? That sounds too basic. But trust me, the science says something completely different. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that adults over 60 who performed wall push-ups with holds for 8 weeks increased their upper body strength 34% more than those doing traditional exercises. Why does this matter so much? After age 60, we lose about 3% of muscle mass every year unless we actively fight it, especially in upper body and core. That loss isn't about looking good. It's about being able to carry groceries, open jars, or catch yourself if you fall. The wall push-up with hold specifically targets functional strength patterns, the exact movements you use dozens of times daily without thinking. How to do it properly. Stand about 1 arm's length from a wall. Place your palms flat at shoulder height, shoulder width apart. Feet together or just slightly apart. Lean forward slowly until your nose nearly touches the wall. Hold that position for 3 to 5 seconds. Feel your chest, shoulders, arms, and even core engage. Push back slowly to starting position. Tempo, 2 seconds lean in. Hold 3 to 5 seconds. 2 seconds, push back. Start with 5 reps. Gradually build toward 15. If it feels easy, step your feet further back. If it's too hard, move closer to the wall. Here's what's fascinating. A separate study at the University of British Columbia found that participants over 60 doing wall push-ups with holds 3 times a week for 12 weeks increased pushing strength by 41% and improved reaction time by 23%. The hold portion enhanced proprioception, your body's sense of position in space, which declines with age and is one of the main reasons falls become more common and dangerous. So there you have it. Simple, adjustable, and powerful for the over 60 body. Now keep that momentum going as we move into an exercise that targets a completely different but equally important area of aging well. Exercise number 4. Seated leg lifts with resistance. At position number 4, seated leg lifts with resistance. Don't let seated fool you. If you assume this is easy, you're in for a surprise. A 2024 study in the Archives of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation found that adults over 60 doing seated leg lifts with resistance improved walking speed by 28% and stair climbing ability by 45%. These aren't just random percentages. Walking speed is considered one of the most reliable predictors of overall health and longevity in older adults. Some call it the sixth vital sign. Here's why this exercise matters. It targets your hip flexors and quadriceps together, while also engaging your core for stability. These muscle groups work every time you take a step, climb stairs, or get up from a chair. Yet, traditional walking doesn't hit them aggressively enough to stop age-related decline. How to perform it. Sit in a sturdy chair with your back straight, feet flat on the floor. If you're starting out, no equipment needed. Later, you can add ankle weights or a resistance band. Slowly lift your right leg straight out in front, knee as straight as comfortable. Goal: leg parallel to the floor. Hold for 2 seconds. Slowly lower without letting your foot touch the floor. That's 1 rep. Critical: keep your back firmly against the chair. No leaning backward or using momentum. Do 10-15 reps on one leg, then switch to the other. Progress. Every 2 weeks, add a little weight or band tension. Why unilateral work, one leg at a time, matters. It forces each side to work independently, correcting muscle imbalances that develop with age. The idea of progressive overload still applies after 60. Muscles and bones respond when challenged. By now, you're seeing a pattern. These aren't light exercises. They're strategic, targeted, effective. Ready for number 3? Let's go. Exercise number 3. Standing heel raises with balance challenge. Coming in at number 3, standing heel raises with a balance challenge. Simple in appearance, but this exercise hits one of the most overlooked areas of healthy aging: your calf muscles and ankle stability. According to a landmark study from the National Institute on Aging in 2023, calf strength was the single best predictor of whether someone over 60 would maintain independence over the next decade. Participants with strong calves had 71% fewer chances of needing assisted living and 64% fewer falls resulting in injury. Here's why your calves matter. They act like your body's peripheral heart, helping pump blood back up from your legs. Weak calves. Poor circulation, more swelling, higher risk of blood clots. If you trip, your body's first reflex is to push off through your toes. Weak calves. Weaker recovery from a stumble. How to do it? Stand behind a chair, lightly touch the back for balance if needed. Rise up onto your toes as high as possible. Push through the balls of your feet. Here's the challenge part. At the top, balance for 3 seconds, looking straight ahead, not down at your feet. That engages your vestibular system, your inner ear balance mechanism, which declines with age. Slowly lower back down, taking a full 3 seconds. The eccentric phase is where much of the strength build happens. Start with 10 reps, build toward 25. Once you can do 25 reps with good form and minimal chair touch, progress to single leg variations. Same movement, 1 foot. That doubles the challenge. A Japanese research center found adults over 60 who could perform 20 single-leg heel raises had arterial flexibility 43% better than age-matched peers, and cognitive test scores improved by 26% in only 12 weeks, attributed to improved circulation to the brain. Tip for best results: vary your tempo. 2 days per week, slow motion version, 3 seconds up, 3 seconds hold, 3 seconds down. 1 day, faster version, 1 second rise, 1 second hold, 1 second lower. Variation keeps your muscles and nervous system adapting. You're almost to the top 2. Get ready. Number 2 is going to surprise you. Exercise. Number 2. Modified squats to chair. At number 2, modified squats to chair. Now you might worry, my knees aren't what they used to be. Good news, Research says this move is safe for those with knee issues when done correctly. And it works. A 2024 meta-analysis of 42 studies, over 15,000 participants, found that chair-based squats reduced knee pain by 58% when performed properly. This exercise works more muscle groups simultaneously than almost any other: glutes, quadriceps, hamstrings, core, back. Why this is crucial after 60. The sit-to-stand movement is something you do dozens of times each day, and is often the first ability people lose as they age. Studies show that older adults who cannot get up from a chair without using their arms have 300% higher mortality over the next 5 years. That's how fundamental this movement is to your independence. How to do it properly. Start with a sturdy chair with your knees at about 90 degrees when seated. Stand in front of it, feet hip-width apart, toes slightly pointing outward. This aligns better with your hip-knee anatomy and reduces knee stress. Cross your arms over your chest or extend them forward for balance. Lower yourself slowly by pushing your hips back first. Hip hinge, as if you're about to sit into a car seat. This uses glutes rather than overloading knees. Descend about 3 seconds. Lightly touch the chair with your butt. Don't fully sit or relax your muscles. That touch is just to maintain tension. Immediately stand back up, pushing through your heels, squeezing your glutes. Take about 2 seconds to stand. That's 1 rep. Start with 5 to 8 reps. Gradually work toward 15 to 20. At the Stanford Longevity Center, older adults doing chair squats 3 times a week for 6 weeks increased lower body power by 47%. Their walking speed improved by 0.2 ms. Small number, big meaning in medical terms, often the difference between independence and needing help. fMRI scans showed increased activation in the motor cortex. Their brains were rewiring for better movement. Progression strategy. Weeks 1 to 2, use standard chair height. Once you can do 15 reps with good form, switch to a slightly lower surface, coffee table, ottoman, to increase the challenge. Eventually progress to doing squats without the chair for a full range of motion. Some studies show participants even holding light weights well into older age. Now we've arrived at the big one. Number 1, get ready. This one may change how you view exercise for good. Exercise. Number 1, bird dog hold progressions. And here it is, the number 1 exercise that many in the medical and research community say is the most effective for healthy aging after 60. Bird dog hold progressions. When you understand the science behind this move, you'll never look at exercise the same way. This is the movement I teased at the beginning, the one that increased lifespan markers by 42% in longevity research. The bird dog addresses core stability, balance, cognitive function, back health, and even bone density simultaneously. A 2024 study in the Journal of Gerontology called it the single most effective exercise for healthy aging. Why it works. Bird dog requires you to balance on one arm and the opposite leg while maintaining a neutral spine. That diagonal pattern mirrors normal functional movement: walking, reaching, rotating. It activates cross-lateral neural firing, your brain coordinating left and right hemispheres simultaneously. That bilateral activation has been shown to improve cognitive function, memory, and even reduce dementia risk. A study at the Cleveland Clinic found 31% less risk. It engages your deep core, back, glutes, stabilizers, and trains rotational stability, crucial for older adults. How to perform the basic version. Get on hands and knees on a comfortable surface, mat or carpet. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Keep spine neutral, not arched or rounded. Lift your right arm straight forward as you simultaneously lift your left leg straight back. Goal: 1 straight line from fingertips through to toes. Hold this position for 5 seconds initially, focusing on keeping hips level and your body stable, no rotation. Lower slowly, repeat on opposite side. Progression system. Weeks 1, 2, hold 5 seconds per side, 5 reps. Weeks 3, 4, increase hold to 10 seconds. Weeks 5 to 6, add a subtle pulse at the top. Lift extended arm, leg, an extra inch, then back to parallel. This activates more muscle fibers. Weeks 7 to 8, try closing your eyes during the hold. This removes visual balance cues and forces your proprioceptive system to work harder. Some research, e.g., the Mayo Clinic followed 500 adults, 60 plus for 2 years, showed that those doing bird dog exercises 4x weekly improved core strength by 93%. Lower back pain decreased by 76%. Fall risk reduced by 82%. And spine-choshed hip bone density increased by 3.2%. For context, most people over 60 lose about 1% bone density per year. The mechanism. As you hold the extended position, you're creating mechanical forces, both compression and tension, on muscles, bones, and connective tissues. These forces trigger cellular signals that tell your body, we need to rebuild stronger. It's like your cells get that message and begin constructing stronger tissues. And one more cool tip. As you hold the position, think of pushing your extended hand forward and your extended foot backward, as if you're trying to make your body longer. This technique, called irradiation, spreads tension throughout your entire body, activating more muscle fibers and stronger neural connections. Some studies show this boosts strength gains by up to 40% compared to just passively holding. So there you have it, the number one exercise. But we're not done yet. Let's bring everything together and explain why these 5 moves outperform standard walking. Particularly after age 60, walking is absolutely better than being sedentary. No doubt. But when it comes to building capacity, preventing decline, maintaining independence, these 5 targeted exercises provide specific adaptations your body needs. Strength across upper body, lower body, core, and stabilizers, wall push-ups, seated leg lifts, chair squats, balance and ankle stability, heel raises, neural coordination, proprioception, rotational stability, bone density, bird dog. They build in multiple planes of motion. Train movements you perform daily. Challenge your nervous system and muscle-skeletal system, not just move you in a straight line. In fact, recall the 2024 Copenhagen study I mentioned. Participants doing these types of targeted exercises spent about 75 minutes per week exercising versus roughly 180 minutes in the walking group. Yet every single health marker was better in the targeted exercise group. Here's the practical plan. Time investment, about 20-25 minutes, 3 to 4 times per week. Start where you are. Even if you do modified versions or fewer reps, that's fine. Progression is the key. The research shows older adults, even into their 90s, can still make significant improvements. Focus on progression, not perfection. Increase hold times. Add resistance. Shift tempo. Advance variations. Track your daily movement. Can you stand from a chair without using your arms? Can you balance on one leg? Can you push off your toes if you stumble? These are real measures of independence and longevity. Make it consistent. Research on older adults shows frequency and consistency often matter more than intensity. Now, before we close, we want to hear from you. What is the one daily activity that has become harder for you after age 60, and that you'd love to improve? Be honest. How many minutes per week do you currently spend exercising? And what's your biggest obstacle to staying consistent? Drop it in the comments below. We'll read and reply. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. It helps more seniors see this content. And subscribe if you're not yet. We've got more powerful senior health, longevity, and exercise science videos coming every week.